Hello, welcome to a new video. We are going to paint my journal cover, and this is the journal. It's the Drawing Room Back to Fuchsia journal by Jane Davenport. You can see some specs here about how big it is. It has 84 pages, 200 GSM, and yeah, the cover is a very, very bright fuchsia, and but it is some cotton fabric, which when I got it, I was like, I'm going to paint that. And then a few months later, I actually sat down to paint it. I was working on something else. You can see my little dinosaur here. That will be an upcoming video, hint hint. But I had quite a lot of gesso over, so I was like, okay, this let's just paint it. My journal had become a little bit dirty. To be honest, it still is a little bit dirty. It just has some paint on it. My foundation painting was going to be this Amsterdam Caput Mortuum Violet. This paint, I just love it. I think it is so pretty. So yeah, and I decided that what else am I going to put on the cover than an elk? Reason? I don't know. The thing is, many people ask, like, why do you do that? And what is your inspiration behind that? And I was like, yeah, good question. Um, yeah, that's a good question. Do you have a carrot cake? I don't know. So it's a moose, an elk. It's a big animal. I like it. Here in Sweden, we have a very famous elk that is called Ferdinand. He has his own documentary series. He's a little bit of a superstar. He was. I don't think we've heard about him in a quite so long time. Anyway, so in mid-Sweden, they have a pretty big white elk population that is due large part to Ferdinand being very active with the females, if you get my meaning. Yeah. So, and I have been painting Ferdinand or white elks for quite some time. I don't know if I've actually used an image of Ferdinand as reference, but you know, you find an elk picture and then you just paint it white. It's kind of that simple. So I was like, yeah, why not? Why not? Why not paint Ferdinand? I think it would be really nice on the cover, you know, a nice contrast to that sort of darker purpley color. And yeah, I mean, I like elks, so why not? I'm not that confident in painting animal portraits in acrylic, so this was definitely a process and a bit of a struggle, and I definitely feel like my initial sketch is more true to my vision, but I did what I could with the acrylics. I'm not too. I think I have room to improve. Let's put it like that. Um, but yeah. So while I am painting here, you can see the process. I've sped it up for you so you won't be as bored or as frustrated as I was. I thought I was going to talk a little bit about this journal. Now, I'm not finished with this journal, but I have 4 or 5 spreads left in it. So I feel like I'm coming to an end to it. And I think I'm going to do a sketchbook tour once I have finished it. But I just wanted to talk a little bit more about the actual specs or the actual specifics of the journal. I know that Jane Davenport as a brand is not a pure like artistic brand. She is very much bigger in the mixed media and scrapbooking world, where I am more originally from. I'm more from the hobby scrapbooking mixed media side of things before I sort of uh, slid in to the art world, especially here on YouTube. So I think many might have heard of her, and she has a very specific personal style that, even though I might not aspire to paint like her, but I'm very inspired that she is so true to herself, and she has a very very colorful and very whimsical style. And she has lately a few years ago she partnered up with American Craft to do her first sort of product lines, and then also with Spellbinder, and now she is doing more and more of her production herself in her own name, which is really inspiring too, that you can sort of evolve. And because she has been doing this for so long, she definitely has the experience and the know and the you know, the what's good, what's going to make the cut, and what colors to use, and all of that. So I feel like the products that she has come out with now, I have not tried all of them, but the products I have tried and all the videos and stuff I have seen of her products looks really, really great, and really like she has thought it through. So that's really fun. Now, I did try her journals that she had together with American Crafts, and I really like them. The paper is relatively thin. I think the papers in those journals were around the same weight as this paper, so around 200 GSM. And cellulose paper has a light texture on it, and even though it's not the best watercolor paper out there, it's definitely not, but it's good enough that to really give you a fighting chance with watercolor. At the same time, it takes other medium and mixed media really well, and because it is sort of thinner, you don't have this sort of sense that it's too precious, that you can't explore, and that you're wasting a sheet of paper or a page of paper if you go in and just do a pencil sketch, or if you're trying out swatching or something like that, which I really like. I sometimes feel like I get a little bit too precious with my things, and especially journals, and if they are a little bit too expensive, or you know, you're going up there like, oh, it's 300 GSM cotton paper or something like that, it sort of blocks me a little bit in my head. I feel like, oh, I can't use it for anything else. And I feel like for me, I don't need to have the best quality paper in a sketchbook as long as I'm actually working and using the sketchbook. For me, that is most important. My big issue with art, if we can call it that, is that I feel like I need to do more of it. I need to be more free, I need to be more loose, and in that sense, I really, really enjoyed her journals that she produced. So when I saw this a while ago, that she was going to come out with her own journals, and that one of them was this Back to the Fuchsia was going to be deluxe watercolor, I was like, is it the same watercolor paper that she has in American Craft? And I was like, I've thought about it so much, and I mean, there is a little bit of a money issue, because you know it's shipped from the Australias from Australia, you know, with import tax and everything. I was like, oh, but I couldn't, because she doesn't work with American Craft anymore. She doesn't produce those books anymore either. So I was like, oh, and at the end I was like, I just need to order one and see if it is the same. And just to be safe, because I knew I was ordering it, I was like, okay, I'm going to spend a little bit more, and I'm going to order one of the original 9x12 journals too, just in case this is a new paper. I just want one final journal that was the old paper, you know. So I got it, I opened it up, and I was like, okay, deep breath, let's see if this Back to the Fuchsia journal has the same paper. And I was like, stroking the paper, and I was like, it is the same. I would bet my fictional hat that it is the same paper. So the specs on this journal, it is a 200 GSM, 84 pages. It's a B5. I think they're calling it, or a B6, B5. Yeah, B5 journal. I'm not really sure what that is. Oh yeah, it says it's 19 by 26.5 centimeters, or 7 times 10.7. Okay, yeah, that size. But so it's a bit of an odd size, I have to say. Now I have come to the conclusion that I don't like A5 journals. I have one landscape that I'm a bit more comfortable, but like the portrait A5, I don't like it. So I was like, okay, should I really? Because there is a big possibility that I won't like just like the size of it. But I have to say now, 85 pages, and I have what, 5 left, um, or 5 spreads left anyway. I really like it. I like this sort of odd, sort of like squished size of it. It's obviously bigger than A5, but you know, like the format is like, it's a little bit wider proportionally. I just really like it. So I like the paper. I knew that before, and I really like the size of it. I like that it's like it's big enough so you can actually do like proper stuff in it, but it's not so big it feels huge or taking over your desk. I feel like it's a really like really good size. I don't know if I can like put words to like why it's so good, but yeah, I really like the size. I also really like the binding. It's lay flat. I have scanned a few pages in here because we have that double texture with one a little bit more texture watercolor paper, and then on the other side you have that more almost flat. And I have scanned it in. I have made prints and stickers out of that. It's so easy to, because in some journals that I have that, I have like had to rip out the pages and everything. There is no need to do that here. It's really good. You have a cute little page mark ribbon, which it's mine is partially black. I don't really know what happened, but you know, it adds character. I don't know. But yeah, the if you don't want to repaint your cover like I did, it is a cotton texture. Cotton, it is a material, so it's cotton. It's very nice, very soft. You have a little scalloped border, like mermaid scales. That is very much part of her branding, and I just really like it. I feel like for the price of it, the quality of it, the size of it, I feel like she did like a real um like what do you call it, like in American, home run. That, yeah. I can talk about this a lot, and I can put more emphasis like on how the paper sometimes doesn't work because it is the cotton paper and gets me a little bit frustrated. But if I'm like taking a step back and looking at it objectively, I don't need to have 300 GSM cotton paper in a sketchbook. Okay, I much rather have that on a pad, so when I actually want to use cotton paper, I have that in my pad, or that I can stretch or something like that. I much rather have a journal that I feel confident uh, and comfortable to actually work in, because at the end of the day, as what I need from a journal, it is that feeling that I can open up and start doodling. I don't need to have the pressure that I need to perform something because I need to make sure that I'm using the value of the paper or the book. So for me, I just really like it. I have made some pages in here that I'm very, very proud of, like almost like finished pieces. And I have made really ugly sketches. I probably shouldn't admit that, but some sketches just, wow, that's okay, sure, good, that's in a book, you know? And I have made some really just explorative, where I'm starting with an idea and sort of working on it, and I feel like this book really allows me to do that. And I know, it's not the book that allows me to do that, it is me who says that I am allowed to do that, I know that. But I really want to like celebrate this journal in a way, because I feel like it is so well made for the price, and I really want to also uplift the fact that Jane Davenport, as a smaller artist, has really built her brand on herself and what she has done, and she has now started to produce her own supplies like journals and other paint mediums. She has quite a few different mediums, and she really knows what she is doing. She caters to her audience with but sort of starts the process with herself, what she wants and what she likes. And yeah, I think sometimes it's so easier to just talk about the big brands because it is something that we feel like it's more accessible to many people, which it is, obviously. But I also want to sort of like wave a little flag for smaller brands that are trying to make a difference, in the sense that they are really catering to the ones who are going to use it, not just like trying to slap a product together with a cheap paper and a cute logo on top of it and hope for the best. I don't know. I really like this product. I really liked it when she had it with American Craft. I feel like now when she has made it her own, it's even better. I just really like it. And yeah, if you're looking for a journal and you have looked into Jane Davenport, I hope this one convinced you either or. I haven't tried her other versions. I know she has a few different versions with glitter paper, with mixed media paper, black paper. I don't know. She has a few different ones. And I was looking at her website the other day. I was like, I should order another one. And I was like, no, Julia, you have way too many in your drawer. So yeah. Anyway, this is the finished result of my journal cover. I really like it. I can't wait to, well, I was going to say I can't wait to finish this journal, but I really enjoy it and I don't want to finish it. But at the same time, I want to because I really enjoy working in it and I enjoy flipping through and see what I have done. Oh yeah, the back, I didn't wait for it to dry. We don't need to talk about that. Flip it! Okay, anyway, yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Take care and I hope to see you soon.